what we have present, because we must know what we have before we can get to the things that we don't have. So I want to take a study of one of the participants here who is serving as a model here. We're going to draw her face, and we'll try to be realistic as possible. We'll try to use her face as the beginning point to let us play with the materials and see how we get about it. After that, we can move to something that is more abstract or something that is more subjective. So I'll start by just making a sketch of the model that I have in front of me. Drawing is the language of art. It is the basic language of art. It's the tonic that creates the inspiration and the feeling. It is the resource point. It's the pot. It's the well that you draw from. So drawing is so important when we get to workshops like this, because it creates an opportunity for you to experience before you begin to use. You experience your materials, you experience the people around you, you soften or you create a conducive environment, a mood that takes you into the workshop. Of course, if you want us to go more technical for people who want to know something about drawing, it takes us to another science, a small science, a science of vision, whereby three-dimensional objects are represented on two-dimensional surfaces. This science of vision is called perspective. In simple definition, perspective is a science of vision whereby three-dimensional objects can be represented on a flat surface. A flat surface is referred to as a two-dimensional surface. Now, you can do it in two ways. One of the ways is to use lines, and the other way is to use color and value. If you are using line, you call it linear, and that is what we are trying to do here. Everything we have here is basically linear. A lot of lines coming together to try to represent what I see in front of me on paper. So when you are using lines, you call it linear perspective. Then sometimes you are using value, that is lightness or darkness. Linear does not have to do with lightness or darkness. In linear, elements that are close to you tend to be bigger, and the elements that are farther away from you tend to be smaller. And parallel lines tend to meet at the point that you call the vanishing point. These ones are purely technical. In area perspective, it deals with color and value. As color and value recede from you, they tend to be lighter. So by using this combination of linear and area perspective, you can now represent, you can now create an illusion, because it's actually an illusion of a third dimension on a flat surface. So let me move on. Yeah, this is actually charcoal, but it's in pencil form. We call it charcoal pencil. It has charcoal as the lead inside, and it's very soft, sometimes very dark, depending on the grade. We have charcoal 6B, 4B, 5B, 7B, and so on and so forth. So this is called a charcoal pencil. Yeah, it does come in grades. We have them in grades. They are the B grade of pencils. They are the soft grade of pencil. Should I say the lightest ones are 2Bs, 3Bs, but as it moves up to 4, 5, 6B, 7B, it becomes very dark. But you see, charcoal has one value. In pencils, it gets dark with the movement of the beads from 1 to 7. But you know, charcoal is just one value. So the beads goes according to the softness. Some are softer than the others. Some are soft, some are strong. Then it offers the opportunity to even rub. But I'm not going to do any rubbing now. I'm just drawing direct, getting the model as she's sitting. I try to get the forms, the structure of the person sitting here. After getting the structure, I fixed in some elements like the nose, the mouth. Then I think of the hairdo, which is a little bit braided. So after drawing, as I've done now, I begin to shade. That takes us to the area of light and dark. Takes us to the area of light and dark. Art, especially the art of painting, deals with light and dark, color. The Impressionists did a lot of work on color, light and dark. But you see, it is your ability to separate or put together lights and dark that creates that form in your picture. So I try to separate the lights from the dark so that I can be able to see the forms. In doing that, in art, you do it in two ways. One of the ways is to use what we call chiaroscuro. Chiaroscuro simply means the use of light and dark. The other way is to use what we call the sfumato. Sfumato is the gradual movement of light into dark. So by the time I combine these ones together, I can now begin to create the forms that will bring out the person that is sitting in front of me. Your choice of value is also very, very important. Value is the lightness or darkness of an element. The lightness or darkness of an element. Sometimes these drawings are not supposed, or they are not directed at trying to have a clinical finish of the model that we have here. It only helps us, yes, a clinical finish. We're not trying to copy the model. We are only trying to understand the forms, understand the structure, and free ourselves so that we can get into the full mood of the workshop. And as I sit here, I can tell you that I'm almost through with this one, and most likely I'll move into some level of use of color, and I'll start with the basic simple one that I love very much, and that is what I'll call painting the figure with watercolor. So I put my signature, Sam Ovraili as 2009, and I declare this a finished drawing.